Well, hi, welcome back to You Heard It from CFP. My name is Matthew Coyle. I am a certified financial planner in Minneapolis with Advanced Capital Group, and today is all about Roth IRAs. Got a question from a client on whether or not they should open up a Roth. What are the benefits? What are the drawbacks? Let's dive in. Okay, so the Roth IRA, it's been around about 20 years now, and it's a retirement account that a lot of people own, a lot of people have them. And I got a question from a client this past week with multiple questions in the email, but I thought I'd highlight a couple of questions that he had, maybe three, and just go over who might a Roth IRA benefit, and should you open a Roth IRA, and maybe a couple other topics as well. So, number one, what is a Roth IRA? Well, a Roth IRA is nothing more than a retirement account, a personal retirement account. You can hold stocks, bonds, mutual funds, pretty much any asset class you like that can be publicly traded or tracked. And a Roth IRA is really a benefit because of the tax benefits you get inside the Roth. His first question was, what are the tax benefits? The tax benefits of a Roth are basically twofold. Number one, you have tax-free growth inside the account, and number two, you have tax-free access to the account. There are other benefits as well, but those are the highlights. Those are the two. You do not get a deduction on the money you put in like you would in a traditional IRA, but of course you do get tax-free growth and tax-free access to boot. So nice to be able to pull funds out of there with no taxes in retirement. So that's the real benefit of the Roth IRA, is the growth and then tax-free access. So second is, can you open a Roth at any age? And the answer is yes. There's no age limitation on opening a Roth IRA. You can open a Roth IRA if you're as young and 15, you have earned income, 16, 17, you have a summer job, you want to open a Roth, you're welcome to do that. If you are 70, 75, 80, and you still want to put money into a Roth, you have the benefit of doing that as well. So no age limitation on opening a Roth IRA, but what are some of the other benefits or restrictions? Let's dive in. Okay, so what are some of the other considerations you may want to think about before opening a Roth IRA, or perhaps converting what you have in a traditional IRA to a Roth IRA, and I'll cover that in a moment. The first thing is access to funds. Roth IRAs are very nice in that they give you access at all times to your contributions in your account. So you did not get a deduction on the funds when you put the money in. You're getting the tax-free growth, you're getting the tax-free access, and you have access to your contributions anytime you like at any age. So that's a very, very nice attribute of the Roth IRA. Second one I'd like to highlight is that many people use Roth IRAs for college planning. Because of this feature, because of the access, although the deposit limits are lower than something like a 529 plan, which we may cover in another video. But the Roth IRA is a very nice tool for college planning. It's a very nice tool to maintain liquidity or access to the funds at any time. So a very nice feature there. A couple things about income limits. These accounts are not for everybody. Obviously, if you are over a certain amount as far as income, the government's not going to give you a deduction, and they're going to limit your access entirely. So if you're a single filer, your limitation on your income is $140,000 for 2021. So if you make over $140,000 in adjusted gross income in the year 2021, you will unfortunately not be able to contribute to a Roth IRA. If you're married, that limit jumps to $208,000 as a joint filer. So not for everybody. Higher income folks do not have access to Roth IRAs. They are for folks below that limit. And finally, you can convert what you have in a traditional IRA to a Roth IRA. This is simply called a Roth conversion. And if you do choose to do that, anything you convert or transfer from a traditional IRA to a Roth IRA is taxable in that year. So if I have a $10,000 traditional IRA balance, let's say, and I convert that all over to a Roth, I'm going to add $10,000 of taxable income to my tax return in that year. So something to be aware of there. There is something called a backdoor Roth IRA, which is a question this particular person had. For higher income folks who can't contribute, they can convert what they have in an IRA to a Roth IRA, like I just mentioned. There's no income limitation on that. So what some folks do is they'll deposit money into a traditional IRA, and they'll immediately convert that over to a Roth IRA. It's referred to as a backdoor Roth IRA. So that's also an option for higher income earners as well. So that's a little bit about the Roth IRA. Hopefully that was helpful. If you have any questions on this, please get in touch with us. We love to answer questions on this channel. So again, my name is Matthew Coyle. I'm a certified financial planner with ACG here in Minneapolis, and thanks for watching. Take care.